Financial independence is very appealing for most people, as most people don't like their jobs and don't like to work from 9 to 5. But even if it can look hard to reach and far out in the future, then it can be a good idea to think about it as fast as possible, as it is easier the earlier you start in life. It is possible at all ages, but the more time you have left, the easier it is to use compound interest to your advantage. To be able to see the progress and have smaller achievable goals on your way to financial independence, we have decided to break down the goal into 10 levels, which you can progress through on your way to financial independence, where we hope it will help you keep motivated on reaching your goals. My name is Daniel, and I'm here to help people with personal finance and show how to start a digital side hustle of your own. If you're interested in improving your personal finance or start a digital side hustle of your own, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you find this video helpful. Level 0. Financial dependent. Financial dependent is the level where you have more debt payments each month than you have income, which indicates that you are digging yourself into a bigger and bigger hole financially. Because of this, you depend on others for survival and take care of daily expenses. A person at the financial dependent level has a negative net worth, which is when you have more liabilities than your assets. It usually happens when you take a lot of bad debt, for example credit card debt, or if you don't have control over your spendings. Some taking a college degree might be at this level with a college debt before they have finished their education and being able to get a higher paying job to be able to pay back their student loan. Level 1. Financial solvency. Financial solvency is when you can pay all your debt payments on your own and are able to meet your financial commitments without any help from others. This is the stage in life where people have started to get in control of their debt and expenses and are able to pay back their debt. As the debt is being paid back, it will leave more and more room for more spare money each month. It is important here that you don't go out and start to spend the money on something else. Instead, use it to pay down your bad debt faster and build up an emergency account, so you don't end up in the financial dependent level again in case an emergency happens. Level 2. Financial stability. Financial stability is when you are able to pay all your debt payments month after month on your own and have built up an emergency fund. This way, you are on the right track to being debt-free as you are paying back your debt each month. And in case an emergency happens, then you will not need to take a new loan with bad debt to pay for it, as you can use your emergency fund. An emergency fund of around 6 times your monthly expenses is a good place to start, as you then should be able to withdraw any unexpected expenses. Level 3. Debt freedom. Debt freedom can be two things depending on who you ask. It can either be entirely debt-free, where you don't even have a mortgage or anything left. Or it can be that you have paid off all the bad debt, which is the debt with high interest, like credit card debt. For us, it would make more sense to only rush on paying off bad debt, as a mortgage might be good debt, depending on what kind of loan you have and what the interest is. If the interest is low enough, then it will probably be better to invest your spare money for a higher interest, rather than to pay off a low interest loan. This is of course different from person to person what their own preferences is and what kind of risk level they sleep best with at night. Level 4. Coasting financial independence. Coasting financial independence is when you have saved enough money for your retirement that if you just let them stand and grow, there will be enough to support you when you want to retire due to the power of compound interest. When you have reached this level, you can think about if you want to put less aside to savings and start to think about what gives you joy in life. Some people choose to leave a high-paying job, which is less satisfying, for a new, lower-paying job, which gives them more enjoyment during the day. People see it as a start on early retirement, where you are able to better choose what you want to use your life on instead of chasing a high payment. Level 5. Financial security. Financial security is when your investments generate enough cash flow to cover your annual essential expenses. Your essential expenses are not all your expenses. They are the basic things that you will need to survive, like home payments, food and insurance. They are not Netflix subscriptions, gym memberships, or vacations. It is set up so in case you lose your job, then your family will still be secure as you are able to pay for your essential expenses to survive. It is not a fun way to live, but it is enough until you find a new job. Level 6. Financial flexibility. Financial flexibility is when you are invested enough that the cash flow your investments generate each month is enough to cover all your expenses. The reason it is called flexible is because you still do not have enough money to not worry about the fluctuations in the financial market. Here you will have to be flexible with your spending plan and adjust it for when the market goes up and when it goes down. These might be very stressful conditions to live under, as you might live very frugally in some periods and wealthy in others. Level 7. Financial independence. Financial independence is for many usually based on the 4% rule, which in short terms is that you can withdraw 4% of your investments each year and will still grow enough to sustain yourself for at least 30 years. To reach this, you will have to have 25 times your annual expenses invested. Some studies show that your investments might not sustain themselves for 30 years if you withdraw 4% each year. Because of this, some are more conservative and use the 4% rule as a 3% rule. To reach this, you will have to have 33 times your annual expenses invested. Level 8. Financial freedom. Financial freedom is when the cash flow from your investments is enough to cover for what lifestyle you would like to live. This often means that your cash flow from your investments can cover for all your expenses together with what kind of life goals you might have. A life goal can be that you would like to be able to travel multiple times each year, or that you would like to be able to drive an expensive car or buy a new house in a place you have always wished for. This level is when you are able to fulfill your dreams through cash flow from your investments. Level 9. Financial abundance. Financial abundance is when the cash flow from your investments is more than you will ever need. If you really want to increase your lifestyle, then you could probably spend it all with some effort. But otherwise it would be enough to live your lifestyle while your investments will still be beneficial for your family in the future. For most, this level is really hard to reach, as most people are good at inflating their lifestyles when there is room for it. But if you first reach this, then you will not have to worry about money anymore in your life, and you will have secured the future of your children as well. This was all the 10 levels. We hope you got a better overview of what kind of levels there exist in financial independence. If you work hard and dedicate yourself to it, it will be possible for you to reach whatever level you might desire. What financial level are you on right now, and what financial level do you aim for? Comment below and we will encourage you to pursue it. If you are interested in more topics like this, subscribe to the channel. We will post new videos every week. And remember to hit the like button if you found this video helpful.